Here on my first play as a UGA Bulldog, I'm going to scramble out to the right. I'm going to make one man miss, but I'm going to be hit and fumbled, but my teammate's going to pick up the ball, and he's going to run all the way down the sideline untouched to score. Here on 2nd and goal, we have a read option here, and I'm going to fake the handoff and take it in myself. Back on 2nd and goal, right before halftime, I'm going to scramble out to the right and run into the end zone untouched. Our defense gives us the ball back right before halftime, and I'm going to scramble out to my right, not seeing anybody open, and use my legs to get in the end zone once again. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to drop back and scramble to my right. I'm going to be seeing a receiver wide open. He's going to make an amazing catch for a touchdown. We're piling onto our lead here, and on 1st and 10, I'm going to throw the ball deep over the heads of 2 safeties for another touchdown. We're going to come out of this game victorious, giving us our first win of the season and our first SEC win of the season coming against Kentucky. Here in week 2, we have another SEC opponent against South Carolina, and on the first play of our offensive drive, I'm going to throw an absolute cannon to my receiver. He's going to reel it in for a touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10, we have a read option, and I'm going to fake the handoff and keep it myself. I'm going to run along the sideline, make one man miss, and I'm just seeing green grass as I step into the end zone. Right here on 1st and goal, we have another read option, and I'm going to fake the handoff again and take it into the end zone myself. We're already up 3 possessions, and it hasn't even hit halftime yet. And right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to step out to the right and hit a wide open man right here for another touchdown. Defense is pitching a shutout, and right here we're going to score another touchdown to make it 38-0. Unfortunately, defense couldn't hold on to the shutout, but right here I'm going to hit my receiver on a curl for another TD. With time winding down in the 3rd quarter, I'm going to survey the field. I'm not going to see anything I really like, so I'm going to scramble out to the right, and I see a man improvising down the field getting open. I'm going to chuck a laser down the field. He's going to reel it in, and it's just going to be a foot race, and nobody is going to catch him. We're going to come out victorious again over South Carolina, extending our record to 2-0 in conference and overall. Here against Texas State, on the first play of our offensive drive, I'm going to scramble out to my left, and I'm going to make one man miss, and I'm going to make another man miss. I'm going to break 2 tackles, and I'm going to sprint down the sideline. Nobody's going to catch me for an amazing highlight reel touchdown. Right here on 1st and goal, I'm going to step back and see a man wide open across the middle for a touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to drop back the throw. Scrambling out to my right, I'm going to hit a wide open man. And with a good block from another receiver, he's seeing green, and he's going to step into the end zone for a touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to drop back the throw. I'm going to see my receiver. He's going to make a great catch. He's going to be off to the races for another touchdown. Right here on 2nd and goal, I'm going to drop back and throw a dot to my receiver over the middle to extend our lead. As time is expiring, I'm going to get a read option here and outrun one man, make one man miss, and step into the end zone untouched. We're going to come out of this game with a W, and we're looking unbeatable right now. This week we have a tough matchup against Tennessee, but on our first drive, I'm going to throw it to the flats for a touchdown. Right here on 1st and goal, I'm going to step back to throw. I'm going to scramble out and hit my receiver for another touchdown. With the game relatively close here in the first quarter, I'm going to scramble out to the right and heave up a prayer for my receiver, and he's going to outrun his man and come down with it for a touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10 before halftime, we're going to have a speed option. I'm going to cut it back, make one man miss, and stumble my way into the end zone. Right here on 1st and goal, I'm going to step back, and on the run, I'm going to throw it to my receiver for another touchdown. Right here on 2nd and 7 in the 4th quarter, I'm going to drop back to throw and throw an absolute laser to my receiver, who's going to reel it in for a TD. Right here on 3rd and goal, as time is expiring, I'm going to fake the handoff and take it in the end zone by myself. After this win, we've improved to 6-0 in the season, and we're still unbeaten in the conference. Here in week 7, we're the number 2 team in the nation as we're facing off against Missouri. And right here, I'm going to scramble out to the right and throw a dot to my receiver for a touchdown. Here on 2nd and 1, I'm going to fake the handoff and walk into the end zone untouched for another touchdown. Right here on 2nd and goal, it's going to be a play action. I'm going to throw a strike over the middle for another touchdown. Right here on 1st and goal before halftime, I'm going to scramble out to my right and see a wide open man for another touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to drop back to throw, scramble out to my left, and I'm going to throw it up an absolute laser to my receiver, who's going to reel it in for another touchdown. We're going to come out of this game victorious, and another big win for us has us feeling unbeatable. With all this confidence rolling into the next couple of weeks, I see us winning the national championship. We're finally the number 1 team in the nation here as we're facing off against Vanderbilt. I'm going to throw a touchdown on our first offensive drive. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to drop back to throw and throw an absolute bomb to my receiver, who's going to reel it in for another 6 points. Here on 2nd and 15, we're going to have a play action fake. I'm going to scramble out to my left and throw it across body across the field to a wide open receiver for another touchdown, making our lead 28-0. Here on 1st and 10, I'm going to drop back to throw, and I see a wide open man up the sideline. I'm going to hit him in stride for another touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to drop back to throw and release another cannon to my receiver, who's going to reel it in again for another 6 points. Another week goes by, another W gets added into the win column, and we're rolling with a full head of steam here. Here we are in week 9 against Florida, and on the first play, I'm going to scramble out and hit my receiver for a touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10 before halftime, I'm going to scramble out to my right, not seeing anything I like. I'm going to run up the field, dodge one tackle, make one man miss, dodge another tackle, and I'm off to the races for a touchdown. Late in the 4th quarter, we need a score to keep our lead secure, and right here I'm going to throw an absolute laser down the field to my receiver, who's going to reel it in once again for another long touchdown. Right here on 2nd and goal as time is expiring, I'm going to scramble into the end zone for another touchdown. With this win over Florida, we've secured ourselves a spot in the SEC championship, which is one step closer to the Natty. Coming off our bye week, we did drop to number 3 in the nation, but that's not stopping nothing, as right here, I'm going to throw a dot up to my receiver for another touchdown. Right here on 2nd and goal, I'm going to scramble out to my right, not seeing anything I like. I'm going to take it in the end zone for myself. Right here before the 2nd quarter, I'm going to drop back to throw and see a receiver wide open for a touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to drop back to throw, and I'm going to hit my receiver wide open across the middle for another touchdown. On 1st down here, I'm going to fake the handoff and keep it myself. With all the good blocking, I'm going to step into the end zone, try to hurdle some defenders, but hit on the way. But I'm going to get right back up. Here on 2nd and 10, I'm going to drop back to throw, and I'm going to hit my receiver in stride, and he's going to reel it in for another touchdown. Right here on 2nd and 1, we got a speed option. I'm going to keep it myself and bulldoze my way in the end zone. We're going to come out of this game victorious, and we're looking to play Texas A&M in the SEC Championship. Hopefully we can get that W and get our path to the Natty started right then from there. Here we are in the SEC Championship against Texas A&M, and on the first play of our offensive drive, I'm going to throw a touchdown. Right here on 3rd and 6 in the red zone, I'm going to scramble out to the right, see nobody in front of me, and take it in the end zone by myself. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to step back to throw and release another cannon to my receiver's going to reel it in for a touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10 on this play action fake, I thought I had a wide open man, but the DB is going to come out with an interception. Right here on 2nd and 10, I'm going to drop back to throw, and I'm going to see my man wide open. He's going to outrun the last defender, and it's a foot race. He's going to score a touchdown. As time is expiring in the 3rd quarter, I'm going to drop back to throw and throw it deep again to my man. He's going to reel it in for another touchdown. He's been torching that DB all day. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to see a lot of green field on the right side. I'm going to scramble out that way, and I have one man to beat, and I'm going to step into the end zone for another touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10, as time is expiring, I'm going to fake the handoff and run in the end zone for another touchdown. We're going to come out victorious in the SEC Championship, this time as a Georgia Bulldog, as last year I won it as a Razorback. We are now 13-0, and we're headed into our matchup against Penn State with a full head of steam. Hopefully we come out on top and win our 2nd natty. Here we are faced with a 3rd and 40 against Penn State here, and I'm just going to launch it up to my receiver, but he's going to make an amazing catch somehow and score the first touchdown of the game. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to see a receiver wide open over the middle for another touchdown, extending our lead to 21-0. Right here on 3rd and goal, I'm going to drop back to throw and see a wide open man across the middle for a touchdown. He's going to make a great catch as well. Right here on 1st and 10, I'm going to scramble out to my left to improvise the play. And I see a receiver come open at the last second, and I'm going to throw it for a touchdown. Right here on 1st and 10 on this play action fake, I'm going to scramble out to my left right here. I'm going to make one man miss, and I'm going to be off to the races. I only have one more man to beat, and I'm going to stiff arm him into the turf. We're going to come out victorious in the national championship. But I have a huge decision to make this offseason as I'm draft eligible. With a pretty impressive college resume, should I enter the NFL draft?